To Polokwane now, where Mineral Resources and Energy Minister Gwede Mantashe has officially opened the Limpopo Provincial Mining, Energy and Industrialisation Investment Conference. This in an effort to lure more investors to the province. The conference comes amid the energy crisis gripping the country, and our reporter Moloko Moloto is following that story for us, and he joins us now live from Limpopo. Moloko, exactly what did the minister say about the crisis that we're seeing now in Eskom? It seems to be worsening.
Hello, Masero. Indeed, the Minister of Mineral Resources, Mr. Gwede Mantashe, opened this two-day conference taking place in Limpopo. It's being organized by the provincial government to try and bring the investors into the province in as far as issues of energy and mining are concerned. You would recall that when we did an interview with the MEC of Economic Development, Thabo Mokone, earlier, he said that at some point there were about 141 mining operations in this province. Of course, the numbers have since gone down, and some of the people who are attending this conference include the captains of industry, the chief executive of Anglo, Natasha Feldjun, and even senior executives from mining companies such as Sibanye Stillwater are some of the people who are expected to make presentations in this particular conference. But let us talk to Mr. Mbele. He is the Director General of the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy. Sir, maybe in a nutshell, practical terms as well, what do you hope to achieve when you leave this conference?
Maybe let me start by first saying that this is not the first time we're here. We were here last year. Part of what we're doing today is to give feedback on some of the commitments that we've made last year. As we speak, there is a colleague who was doing a presentation giving an update on some of the achievements that we've made. As an example, we had about 24 mines which were under care and maintenance, and as part of one of the commitments we made last year, it was to engage these mining houses to make sure that we bring these operations back to life, and we can report that over a period of 12 months, about 5 of these mines are currently back in operation. So what we hope to achieve here is to get more commitment from captains of industry who are here to work with us to make sure that we revive the industry. We ensure that there is a continuing economic activity in the area.
It's impossible to separate energy and mining activity. And this conference is taking place at a time when South Africa, not only the communities, but also the mining industry is also going through this load shedding. How sustainable, therefore, is the future of mining when we don't have a guaranteed power supply?
I think there is hope, and that hope comes in the form of some of the changes we've made. As we stand here, we have made now it impossible for mining houses to develop their own energy projects or to even work with independent power producers to supplement the energy supply that we currently have. So we believe that these interventions will ensure that the sector is sustainable going forward.
Yeah. And interestingly, I heard the minister saying that if you build your own power station, there's no guarantee that government will actually buy from you. At a time when we don't have energy guarantee from Eskom, shouldn't that be the case, really, that government would say, if you invest your money, we will buy from you because you will be helping to supplement the supply?
No, I think that needs to be understood in context. The government has its own program, independent power producer procurement program that the government is running, and is putting government guarantees behind that. So it was in that context that he said that these private projects will obviously have to be able to be commercially viable on their own basis. So, and they are. I mean, as we stand here, there's about 2 projects that we know that they've reached commercial close and they will soon be going into construction. So it's not necessarily that they are dependent on offtake by the government.
Final question, the issue of development and even poverty in areas where mining activity is taking place. The minister was clear that, look, mining activity tends to leave scars where there are mining activities and there's wealth elsewhere. What's so difficult in turning these mining areas into centers which all the people would want to go there, because there would be development in terms of infrastructure and all those issues that are associated with it?
I think it's the main challenge is obviously, or the issues is forward planning. If we plan in advance to make sure that there is local development, it's about making sure that the other supporting infrastructure is in place. I mean, one of the things that he mentioned is that you wouldn't be able to do that if there is not a strong and functional local government.
All right, Mr. Jacob Mbele, the Director General in the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy. You can see, Masero, that the delegates have actually stepped outside. They are on a short break. We expect that throughout the day there's going to be discussions as well, and we will try also to speak to the minister, because he has raised a whole lot of things. For instance, when it comes to the future of coal, he is saying, as a country, we must not be reckless and think that we can actually get rid of coal or fossil fuel, saying that renewable energy is not going to address the issue of load shedding in South Africa.
All right, Moloko Moloto, with that report, well, at least this time, Moloko, he wasn't booed from speaking or barred from speaking. Maybe it's because it's in his capacity as the Minister of Energy. And of course, that event has a lot to do with his department and what we're going to do when it comes to jobs in mining and investment, especially looking at our energy crisis.